Hey guys, this is Red Dead Railroad here. I thought I'd do a quick little review on this locomotive I just got, the Central Pacific Leviathan by Bachmann. Before we get into it, this locomotive is based on the Central Pacific Leviathan 440 locomotive that they owned. It was their number 63, and it was built alongside the Jupiter in 1868 by the Schenectady Locomotive Works. In 2009, a replica of the locomotive was completed by Cloak Locomotive Works, which is what this model is based off of. The livery is based off of how the Jupiter replica looked in the 70s and 80s and 90s. This picture here, made by John Ott, depicts how the locomotive would likely have looked in real life. So all that being said, let's look at the model now. As we can see, the model looks pretty good for the most part. However, I will say mine did not come with the boiler braces on the front that connects the front of the smoke box to the pilot. I looked throughout the box and I couldn't find it. Bachmann just simply didn't include the boiler braces for whatever reason, which doesn't exactly make me very happy considering the model cost me $200 to be missing components like that, but they're easy to replace, so I'm not going to get too bent out of shape about it. They should have been there though. As you can see, they did a good job with the boiler and the boiler bands particularly. They added extra painted on boiler bands to make the model more accurate to the actual locomotive, so that looks really nice and makes the engine look unique. Bachmann has also put a new dome on the locomotive. This is from their Rogers locomotive models that they produce, and this is to represent the more rounded domes that the Jupiter and Leviathan had, steam domes that were rounded. You can also see that they've added new, really nice paint work on the headlamps. This is just miles ahead of the Jupiter locomotives. The headlight looks really nice. The cab and tender also just absolutely phenomenal. The lettering on the cab is just much better than the one on the Jupiter. The tenders is just extremely accurate. It just blows the Jupiter versions out of the water. The tender just looks fantastic with the brand new scroll work and paint work and lettering on it. It looks so much better than the Jupiter's version. It's not even funny. Overall, this engine is just a massive step up from their other 440s lately. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't get the engine running on my layout, because the controller, the DC controller I have, this model's DCC ready, but no sound, I should mention that. But the DC controller I have connected to this layout stopped working. It was a cheap basic Bachmann one. So I had to set up a test track with an old Spectrum controller that I could connect to it. And the engine, using a new controller, was running really well. Very smooth runner. The track is a bit dirty, so you'll see it stall a little bit, but that's because of the dirty track and not at all because of the engine. So the engine actually runs really well. It's a pretty good engine. It's definitely overpriced though for what it is. Would I recommend the engine? Well, if you have $200 to throw on an engine like this and you really want the locomotive, then I could recommend it. But like I said, it's pretty overpriced for what it is. It is a very nice step up from the other locomotives we have been getting of this era that Bachmann's been producing. The paint work is just fantastic. So if you want to spend that much money, then I could recommend the model, but it is pretty expensive for what you're getting though. And it does not have DCC and sound on board. It is only DCC ready with a 21-pin plug on it. Anyways though, I hope you guys like that review, and I'll see you next time.